SP. 2 milli. Niggas know what it is, man.
But they lost their best player, which to me is an Achilles injury. And I said it that when he initially injured it, the way that Kevin Durant was, it was a non-contact injury. And to me, it looked, even though it looked like the calf, remember that the calf is connected to the Achilles muscle. It's one whole muscle. What happens? Kevin Durant looks really good out there. The Warriors were struggling because they didn't have offense. They were lacking front court scoring because Boogie Cousins wasn't giving them anything. And remember that he is not very well conditioned coming back from first the Achilles injury and then the quad injury. He goes out there. Kevin Durant goes out there, hits his first 3 shots, 3 for 3 from the field. And you could see the difference in Golden State's offense when Kevin Durant was out there. And Steve Kerr actually did the right thing. He used him as a decoy on the first 2 plays, and he hit 2 3-point shots. He hit one in Kawhi Leonard's face, and you can see the difference. Kawhi Leonard had to guard Kevin Durant. He had to guard him. And the Warriors got off to a very good start. And their offense, like I said, the ball was moving. You could see more action. Like the ball was just more crisper. Steph Curry came out aggressive in the first half. And, the Warriors were looking pretty good for a moment. The Raptors did make a little mini run and came back. But then it changed in the second quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Durant tried to drive on Ibaka once he got the ball. I mean, I think Kevin came off a screen and hit a 3-point in transition. He came off a little screen, hit a 3-point in the first quarter, but in the second quarter tried to drive. He hit 2 free throws, and then once he tried to drive, it popped. And right there you knew, and then he started limping, and then Ibaka got the ball, went down court. And what's so crazy is that just before in the first quarter, it was getting chippy with Kevin Durant and Van Vliet talking, right? But the Achilles popped, man. And I think it's an Achilles injury, and I think it's been an Achilles injury this entire time. What I look at this is that you have to blame something. Kevin Durant did not listen to his body. That's number one. And I know he wanted to be out there, and I respect him for wanting to be out there for his team. The media have been calling KD soft. They have been saying that the Warriors have been upset with the extent of his injury. I don't know if those reports are true or not, but there's a lot of rumblings and there's a lot of lying going on behind the scenes because the doctors cleared Kevin Durant to play. My question is, how do you clear somebody to play that has not had full 5-on-5 contact? He had 2 light practices and it did not look good. Yet they put the risk of him out there. But at the end of the day, Kevin Durant was the one who decided to play. Kevin Durant wanted to be there for his team. Whether the Warriors were up or down, it was most likely he was going to play Game 5. What I kept saying was they kept doing this at a game-to-game basis, and I said it depends on how the series goes. I said if the Warriors were to tie the series, Kevin Durant would probably play in the decisive Game 5. But they went down 3-1. I said there's possibility that if he was practicing that he might play. I said they're not, shout out to my man Speaking My Sports Talk. He was saying, yo, bro, I don't think KD's going to play. And I said, no, there's probably going to be a chance he's going to play. And what happened? The brother ended up playing. And the first thing that Speaking My Sports Talk told me is, why would he risk his career like that? I said to myself, listen, man, it's dumb. Now people are going to start to respect Kawhi Leonard a lot more because you're the one that knows the extent of the injury. You know your body. Because the Spurs doctors were trying to force him to play. And what I'm looking at it's a lot. It's selfishness to me. For me, Bob Myers, I don't know what to make of his crying at the postgame. A part of me wants to say that I feel bad, but then at the same time, a part of me is kind of like, I felt like that was just acting in kind of fake tears. So I'm very mixed about how I felt about his postgame. What he said about Kevin is true, though. Kevin is a really good teammate, to be honest. He risked his career for the team. I blame the front office for that. That they knew he was a free agent and they possibly could lose him. And so they tried to risk his health as a possible way to stay with Golden State. I don't know if that's the case or not. It could be. People are going to say, well, bro, obviously, yes. And I don't know. The bottom line is Kevin Durant was a competitor. He risked his career for his team. And a lot of it to me had to also do with the rumblings of the media. They have been calling him soft. They have been saying the Warriors can't win without Kevin Durant and that it's got to be killing him alive and all this and all that. Maybe to a certain degree it was. But was it really worth it at the price? And I kept saying that to me, this has got to be an Achilles injury. And when Kevin Durant popped that calf once again, especially where he was grabbing it much lower than he was the first time when he popped that calf. It was reminding me of Kobe Bryant, son. It reminded me of Kobe. For when he injured that thing again, it reminded me of Kobe right then and there. My prayers go out to you, Kevin Durant. I hope you make a speedy recovery. I know that you are 30 years old, so you are in the prime of your career, but I know that Achilles injuries take away your explosiveness. So I don't know how explosive he's going to be once he comes back. I don't know how long he's going to be out. It looks like a 12-month recovery, most likely. But what people need to understand also is that now this changes the landscape of free agency. It changes. It changes drastically. I mean, if anything, this possibly might have given LeBron James new life. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. It might have given LeBron James new life. And I feel like it's a little bit selfish on the Warriors' part, not the team. I mean the organization, that they kind of forced Kevin Durant out there, knowing that he was a free agent, and Steve Kerr not even trying to limit his minutes. Kevin Durant goes out after 12 minutes of action. He played 12 out of 14 minutes. That's just dodo head, man. That's just not smart. Not smart. Kevin Durant plays 12 out of 14 minutes. And he is out for the rest of the series, most likely, pretty much. It's ridiculous, honestly, that organization was that selfish enough to put him out there. Those team doctors, whoever they are, they need to get their license removed. It needs to get revoked. But ultimately, Kevin Durant made the choice, and he didn't listen to his body. And I do agree with Chris with that. But Chris is a hypocrite because he had been talking about how the Warriors they've been playing like they don't need Kevin Durant, like throughout against the Rockets and against the Blazers, and they could possibly win without him. Nick Wright was saying the same damn thing. Shannon Sharp was saying the same damn thing. Chris Broussard, and then Skip also was talking about how it looks like there's ascension in the locker room, that players are getting frustrated. The media has made all these kind of stories up because of Kevin Durant's original comments about how the media is toxic as F when it comes to their slurpingness of LeBron James. This is why they've hated him ever since. And they've mentioned everything from the move to Golden State to this and this and this. I get all of it. I've already said that it was the weakest move ever for a superstar who had a 3-1 lead over Golden State. But if you're going to question Kevin Durant's heart, if you're going to question his toughness, you can never question that. Kevin Durant risked his career. He risked his life for his team. And it cost him an injury, and it cost him to lose a chance to play in the NBA Finals. Even Drake, who had been trolling the Warriors pretty much this entire series, like when he saw the injury happen, I mean, let's face it, Drake got Kevin Durant tattooed on his arm and all. But no, in all seriousness though, Drizzy, he felt bad. And I'm going to just say this also. Shame on the Raptors. I'm not blaming all Raptors fans because I know all of them weren't doing this. So I'm not going to say, oh, the entire Raptors fans in the arena. No, it wasn't everybody. So I'm not here to generalize. But I did see Raptors fans that were laughing that Kevin Durant got hurt and waving goodbye. I saw a couple of guys in the front at courtside doing that. And shout out to Kyle Lowry, shout out to Serge Ibaka, shout out to Kawhi Leonard, telling the crowd not to cheer that Kevin Durant was hurt. Shout out to them. Because it's utterly disgusting. Because I bet you it's disgusting to see that anybody cheers for an injury. I may not like LeBron James' antics. I may not like the fact that LeBron controls the narrative, but I'm not going to cheer for the fact that LeBron gets hurt. Him nor any other player, whether I like him or not. You don't cheer for a man to get injured as an athlete. That's really pathetic on your part. I mean, wouldn't you want to beat the players at their best so that there's no excuses? And I think that's what Drake was really feeling when he saw Kevin Durant get hurt. And you could see Kevin Durant yelling the F word. And shout out to Steph Curry and Andre Iguodala helping him to the locker room. Those are true teammates right there. And that's why I said that the Warriors are a great team. They were there for their guy. They helped him to the locker room. They're feeling mixed emotions right now. And now, once again, they got to go out there. But this is what doesn't get lost, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Durant scored 11 points. Believe it or not, they're the most important 11 points of this game. Without his 11 points, I don't think the Warriors win this game. So his 11 points and him going down again inspired the Warriors to play the way they did. That's how symbolic those 11 points are. If he doesn't score those 11 points in the fashion that he did, the Warriors don't win this game. And to me, I felt like the Raptors had an opportunity and they gave it away. And once again, the Warriors did a good job there were some plays they executed well, but they got to clean up their turnovers and they got to clean up their rebounding because that was just horrible. It was just horrible. They have to finish their defensive possessions. They have to finish it up. They allowed too many offensive rebounds and second chance points, and they were turning the ball over. The Warriors are fortunate to win this game. They are fortunate to win this game. Steph Curry only had 8 points in the second half after 23 points on 7 of 11 shooting in the first half. But Cousins gave them a big lift. Quinn Cook hit some shots, finally. Kevon Looney was there. Iguodala made some baskets. I mean, it was a total team effort. Klay Thompson doing his thing down the stretch. The Warriors went on a Splash Brothers 9-2 run after Kawhi Leonard was taking over the game and he hit his last 4 to 5 baskets when he was 4 for his first 15. I mean, Serge Ibaka was playing great. Kyle Lowry didn't start out the game great, but he was playing well down the stretch. And the Raptors had more guys in double figures scoring than the Warriors, yet they still ended up losing the ball game. So now it's like, again, the Warriors win, but at what price? And I'm going to just leave you with this, ladies and gentlemen. The Warriors win Game 5. The Raptors had a 3-1 lead, and people said the Raptors in 5. Well, they just lost this one. They have another opportunity to win in Oracle Arena. Obviously, it's going to be the last game of the season in Roracle, okay? Or as Ray likes to say, yeah, 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 yeah. It's going to be the last game of the season there. The question is, do the Warriors fight for another day and play a Game 7 if they were to win Game 6? Or does the series end bittersweet in Oracle and the Raptors win the championship on the road? We will wait and see. But I'm going to leave you with this, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to think about this. If the Warriors were to win Game 6, there's a lot of symbolism to this. Game 6 is on an unlucky number. 13, as in June 13th, on Thursday. If the Warriors were to win that game, ladies and gentlemen, Game 7 is on June 16th. Now you're asking yourself, what's so special about June 16th? It's Sunday. You're like, well, what's so special about Sunday? Obviously, it's a Game 7. Game 7 is on Father's Day. Right? Remember, Steph Curry's dad played for the Toronto Raptors. Hence, Drake was wearing the jersey in Game 1. Right? If Steph Curry were to come back and the Warriors come back and play a Game 7 in Toronto, what would that mean for Steph Curry if he were to clinch the championship in Toronto where his dad played on Father's Day? Who was the last player to win an NBA championship on Father's Day? His Airness, Michael Jordan. Think about that. Steph Curry would have won the championship on Father's Day like MJ. Different scenario because obviously his dad is alive, but Steph Curry is going to win on Father's Day knowing that his dad played in Toronto. Something to think about. So like I said, unlucky 13 on Thursday. Father's Day on the 16th on Sunday. The Warriors coming back from a 3-1 deficit. So you got to think about that, ladies and gentlemen. You got to think about that. But Kevin Durant's injury does loom large in terms of free agency. It really hurts the landscape. And now we have to understand now, because what's crazy now is Klay's going to get a max deal. DeMarcus Cousins hurts his chances now because he has to prove that he can play 1 year where he shows he's injury-free, that he's worth the max contract. And I think if he were to stay with Golden State and sign like another vet minimum, like he would really learn how to play the game, like from a very tactical standpoint. And then to me, it's going to make him better. But once again, the full blame that I give to Kevin Durant's injury is him. And like I said, I respect what he was trying to do as a competitor. That's why when I look at LeBron James and these consistent groin reports and all these excuses as to why he wasn't in the postseason is BS. Kevin Durant went on a bad calf and Achilles in an NBA Finals and risked his health to play for his team, play for those guys. So if you're questioning what kind of teammate Kevin Durant is, if you're questioning that he's not really there with the team, that he was leaving, and you guys making up these fake reports in the media, you can't question it now. Chris Carter's right. You have to listen to your body. But he's a phony because he was talking about how the Warriors can't play without him. They were saying this all week. The media, in a way, were forced pushing Kevin Durant, even though at the end of the day, Kevin Durant is the one that makes the decision. Those doctors, and that's why with Bob Myers, I don't know what to think of his rant, of his little cry, because Kevin Durant was cleared to play without full one-on-one contact drills, man. 2 light practices and he did not look good. Yeah, he was doing his little dancing pregame, but it cost him. It cost him big time. You have to listen to your body. That's correct. Now people are going to put more respect on Kawhi Leonard for sitting out the way he did because he wasn't right and the doctors were trying to force him to play. Because when you have to look at it, the organization sometimes, their best interest is for them and not for you. And that's exactly what happened. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Lewis with another one, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Yes, the Warriors won the game, but at what price for Kevin Durant at his chance of losing the max contract? Now we got to see how he comes back from it. And the Warriors' fear that he has towards Achilles, I thought it was the Achilles injury the entire time. They tried to downplay it with the calf injury, and I said that this has got to be an Achilles. And for people who said, remember, people could talk about Shaq all they want. Shaq ended his career tearing his Achilles, my friend. That's how his career ended. He was already pretty much done, but his Achilles already gave the indication that it's time, dude. It was time. Shaq was playing for the sake of playing, thinking he could get a championship, but it was like he really couldn't give you anything out there at that point. So for those who were clowning Shaq and saying that, oh, I'm not going to listen to what Shaq says, I told you that it was possibly his Achilles. My man D. Jefferson was saying that it's his Achilles. So I'm saying it now. I don't wish injuries on anybody. And those Raptor fans that were laughing, not all Raptor fans, the ones that were laughing should be ashamed of themselves. I understand you don't like Kevin Durant. I understand you hate the Warriors, but to be chasing all that clout just for that, all that kind of hate is ridiculous. If it was LeBron James being hurt, everybody would be like, oh, how you can't feel sorry for a guy that pours his heart out there when that dude is about controlling the narrative. And like I said before, I don't wish injuries on him neither, or anybody, because it's hard. But you got to find a new level of respect for Kevin Durant on this one. That's definitely for sure. Definitely for sure, man. So as always, you already know my mantra. As always, guys, bless up, one love, peace. Thanks for watching. DJ, man. For my man Kevin Durant, son. You already know the deal, man. Run that outro.
Going to sleep. I ain't breaking shit down, selling number P's. Rolling up a big blunt, nigga.
OC. Feel so purpose, nigga, where you find me? Got a whole lot of kills right behind me. Shots fired at the chopper when you try me. Me and Blake Youngster, we tag team. We the new Curry Durant. I got that fault in my pants. You play then you know I'm a blast. Fuck around and make me